So, this is going to be a different type of video. Maybe it's going to be familiar to the other Boruto videos. I don't know. But I do know that I want to talk about something I had an idea or I thought about a couple weeks ago. I just never got around to making a video about it. You see Kennshiki and Momoshiki on the screen. This is a Boruto video, yes. This is not another video of me saying directly that they've done a retcon or what they're doing is completely wrong or doesn't make sense. This time it's more of a question because I truly don't know, but I just want to talk about it. So let me just get into it, right? What am I talking about? Momoshiki often appears inside of Boruto taking this form. This is how he looks when he's inside No Diddy. This is how he looks when he's inside of Boruto. And he appears in his mind. This is how Boruto sees him. This is Momoshiki's original form. This is the form, the vestige he had when we were introduced to his character. Alongside Kennshiki over here, okay? Now, later on, we see that Momoshiki, well, before I get to that part. So, in the movie, right? In the movie, this is how Momoshiki looked after he absorbed Kennshiki's chakra fruit. Or in the movie, I guess it was a chakra pill, right? He turned him into a chakra pill. The idea is he turned him into chakra and ate him, absorbed him to gain more power. During this movie, it is around when the concept, or I guess the narrative, was introduced to us about Otsutsuki's and how they succeeded power and passed power down along their clan, which was through sacrifice. They would absorb each other and gain power. Kennshiki over here looks the way he is, and he's as strong as he was the whole series because he previously absorbed his last guardian, right? So he already absorbed his last guardian through the same method that we seen in the movie or in the anime, which in the anime, I'm pretty sure it was a chakra fruit. In the anime, he had the same design that later is seen in the manga. And the manga changes things up from the movie and even from the anime. But we're not going to talk about those changes here. My point in saying all that is because, and here you go to the chakra fruit and chakra pill, right? But my point in mentioning all that is because if he was like this when he was defeated, this is the form he was in when he was defeated, okay? He absorbed Kennshiki. But now when he's inside of Boruto's vessel, or Boruto's mind space, he's taken this form, okay? Horns broken already, right? Both his horns are already broken. And this is the form he has now when he appears inside of Boruto. He's back in his old school kind of look. So my question is, the whole point of me making this video is, where is Kennshiki at? Kennshiki should technically be inside of this mind space, should he not? And like I said, this is a question. This is a thought-provoking one this time. It's not me hard and straight up saying that they're doing retcons. All the other videos, it's straight up facts. Like they've retconned shit. Like they retconned the whole chakra fruit and turned it into the karma, and that's how they, channel their power and pass it down. And the whole divine tree, all the other shit I've mentioned before, right? How the 10 tails work and its relation to nature energy. But I digress. Should this be a thing? Should Kennshiki be inside of Boruto? That's my question. And my whole point of making this, like, I feel like he should, right? It only makes sense almost. It makes sense. Like, if Momoshiki absorbed his ally's chakra fruit, like, it's like absorbing his soul, his entire being. He turned his entire being into chakra and absorbed it. You get his powers, you get everything. So presumably his memories and knowledge, right? That's how you know how to use his abilities. So they could turn people into chakra fruit. They could probably do it to humans. Would they do it? No, probably not. I mean, at the same time, who knows, right? But that's another digression. Let's stay on track. So he absorbed his entire chakra and his entire being and became a new person with a new look. This was the original look in the movie, right? And this kind of makes sense narratively, right? It goes in line and it kind of follows Like this kind of resembles a curse mark transformation, right? So it kind of goes in line with stuff. I do like this transformation. Like it looks better. It looks sweeter, right? But at the same time, the red skin throws you off. But it reminds you of like a transformation with the curse mark or chakra pills, right? Because that's what he did in the movie. So that's the only similarity that it had to any other narrative connections. Other than that, this was so far removed. But the idea that he completely changed because he absorbed that chakra fruit and he gained power, okay, permanently. It's permanent power you gain, right? It's not like normal chakra pills. You got to keep eating them to get the power, right? If you completely turn a person's being into the chakra and you gain their abilities, you got that shit for good. So this Momoshiki was a new being. How come Boruto's not seeing this Momoshiki inside of him? He's seeing the old way. Maybe you can argue because that's his true form and whatnot. But I feel like if he now has Momoshiki's essence inside of him, which had Kennshiki inside of it, why would Boruto not see both of them inside of his world? Why would they not both be there? Like at least Kennshiki holding Momoshiki, like, no Diddy, but like that's how they appear. Like he's sitting on the shoulder because he's carrying him around like an attendant, right? This is attendant. He's carrying him around. Why would he not appear like that? I don't understand it. So we're stuck with Momoshiki being completely separate. And I thought about that. Like, I feel like he should be in his fused state, or at least both of them should be there. That's not the only point I'm making this video. This is going to be a short video. I just want to think about this shit. Boruto, they've done so many things in the Two Blue Vortex and the Boruto series, that the Two Blue Vortex in particular, right? But they've done so many things that break the rules of the previous world set up, or just they don't care about the rules of the previous world at all, right? Such to an extent where things like Himawari having Kurama, as soon as like he just recently died, like not too long ago, relatively, and now he's reborn inside of her, and she's strong enough to keep up with like a 10 tails Biju man, Shinju, as they call it now. That's the new word. But my point is, they don't care about previous establishments of the world and the previous rules and how things work. How shadow clone jutsu even work. They don't care about that. We learned from Kakashi himself that shadow clone jutsu worked in a way where, with the example that we were given also, where if the clone walked into the forest with Kakashi, and Kakashi told the clone a secret, the real Naruto standing outside would not know what's going on inside the forest until the clone disappeared, and then information was relayed to Naruto's real body. Like information chakra going through the Wi-Fi signals, because it's now returning back to its sender, right? And he has the message. He knows what happened. And Boruto, what do? The clones were like symbiotic with the mind of the host and the real user, because Kawaki and Boruto were using clones to sneak out past the guards and shit like that during the first part of Boruto, which makes no fucking sense. That's not how the clones work. You don't know what your clone is experiencing as they're experiencing it. So they already broke that. They already broke a simple rule like that. So they don't care about how anything goes. My point in ranting about that, again, because I always do, is because I want to talk about this. Not only do I think Boruto should, or possibly theoretically have Kennshiki inside of him, no Diddy, I also think that since Himawari has the Nine Tails, Boruto is highly possible, and I wouldn't be surprised if they do it. I don't think they might not be going this route at all. I don't think they are, but I truly don't think they are. But I would not be surprised if they went this route with Boruto, meaning giving him Kurama. Okay, if they gave Boruto Kurama, similar to this, because there is the yin and the yang. Okay, Kurama has been split in his two sides, in two halves, between yin and yang. Everybody has yin and yang for the most part, right? This is the foundation of your chakra and your being and shit like that, right? Physical and the spiritual, right? So the fact that there's a yin and a yang, or at least two halves of the nine-tails chakra. Think of it like this theoretically. Now, this is a theory, right? Theoretically, since himawari has done what we all as fans, and mind you, this is something like it was not to a lot of people. It was a big surprise. It was like, you know, the biggest, best writing piece ever. Okay, if some people felt predictable, for me it was predictable, and it also solidified fan theories, years and years of fan theories. What am I talking about? Himawari getting Kurama, okay, and the fact that Kurama also mentioned that maybe it's because you're Naruto's kid, you might have traces of my chakra in your DNA or whatever he said, right? My traces of me in your makeup, and you know, your body is comprised of Hyuga and Uzumaki that's close to the Otsutsuki, all that sort of shit. He kind of confirmed all that shit is true. So that was all fan theory shit that we all surmised and suspected would be true based off of, you know, simple logic and how shit works in the series. Like, okay, yo, technically Naruto's kids might have some traces of Kurama. Like, that's why the whiskers are there, right? Like, that makes sense, right? So where am I going with this? If Himawari wirelessly downloaded Kurama, basically, right? She wirelessly downloaded Kurama without knowing, because once he died, his signal didn't just not exist, but it had to go somewhere else to read, you know, his chakra. Let me stop talking about it like how they talk about everything with data, right? But his chakra, you know, after it left and died, it left his physical body. It had nowhere to go except for to either accumulate somewhere randomly, or like he mentioned, it got drawn to something. It got drawn to a beacon. It's like it is getting reborn in her body, right? Because this a compatible, it's convenient, is right there in the moment. It currently exists, right? Another thing that has a close attachment to his chakra. That's like if Naruto wasn't sealed, Kurama would have probably been reborn inside of Naruto. You know what I mean? That's where I'm going with that. So if Kurama wasn't sealed, he could have possibly been reborn inside of Naruto. But since Naruto sealed away, he got reborn inside of Himawari inevitably, because, you know, nine tails in energy and chakra, just like much like reality, energy, you can't destroy matter. Shit like that it doesn't get destroyed. It just transforms, it gets repurposed and whatever and whatnot, right? So on and so forth. So Kurama inevitably always going to come back. He mentioned it might have been sooner because you acted like a beacon because of your DNA, this and that, whatever. Boruto might have Kurama inside him too, bro. I probably ranted right there to get to that whole point. That was my main point. I feel like Boruto might have a possible chance of having the other half of Kurama inside of him without knowing it. And this can be an aid to his power. This could be something that helps him suppress Momoshiki if Momoshiki were to act up. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? He hit the Kurama inside of Boruto, could be sleeping like it was inside of Himawari. What if Boruto's Kurama is bigger than Himawari's, right? To reflect their ages. And how compatible and how much chakra was attached to their bodies when his main chakra pool dissipated and, you know, went off into like the evaporation stages before it started, you know, accumulating to wherever it had to accumulate. Okay, so I think theoretically Boruto could have Kurama inside of him too. I don't know if anybody said this, but I feel like it's at this rate that they do whatever the fuck they want. They might as well do that, bro. Do it. Might as well do it, bro. I don't care. Do it. Give Boruto another ally and a power boost that will make sense based on the bullshit you're already doing. Because if Himawari had that, why would Boruto not? But then technically they can say it's because he's not Otsutsuki anymore. I mean, he's technically 100% Otsutsuki now, right? Even though he's a pseudo, he's kind of a makeshift 100% because the rest of his body got replaced instead of the full download being made. So the files just got replaced. His Boruto's files got swapped out with Otsutsuki files instead of them being overwritten. If that makes a difference, I don't know. But yeah. So he could have Kurama inside of him unless the Otsutsuki DNA thing matters. Maybe he downloaded into him before he was fully there. You know, he was dormant. Maybe he was already dormant since Ishiki died. Because there's no telling how long Kurama's been dormant inside of Himawari. He didn't exactly give a time frame. He just said, fuck it, I'm here, we ball. Like, and I still don't like that explanation to this day. He just said, fuck it, I'm here, it doesn't matter. Let's go. Let's go. But I'm not gonna tell you how to use your powers though, but you gotta use your powers. That was so stupid. Why would he not tell her how to, like, what to do? Just for no reason. Like, that was dumb. Just other than for narrative reasons so they can try to act like, oh, Himawari did it on her own. Not really. Still didn't. Even if she did, it's like, bro, it doesn't matter. She just got the nine-tailed fox put inside of her reborn just randomly. So it doesn't matter if she just instinctively used the power or not, bro. It doesn't matter at this point. So yeah, I feel like they should do that. They should do that. Might as well. I want to see this. I want to see this, man. At least one day. That's only dreams. That's only dreams. Like, I found this art because of what I said before. People, this was always like a thought. It feels like, you know, the natural progression of things. This is why people can sit back, honestly. This is why people can sit back like Daigo Knight and other YouTubers and shit who just like talk about, well, I'm going to rewrite this and this is what's bad about this series. The only reason why you can sit there and pinpoint what the fuck is bad about the series and then offer up something that you think is better written, even though you're not a better writer than any of these people, right? The reason why you can offer up something that you find is better written is because of what already exists being so good. And then oftentimes, as we're following these things and we see the things that we really fucking like shooting exams or something, we really like that. We want to see more of that. It's not, you're not the smart for saying like, oh, what if we got more fights in the tuning exams? What if this happened? What if this character died because, you know, we're ninjas and we wanted shit to get serious. Everybody wanted shit to get more serious at certain points and more characters to be used more in Shippuden and all that sort of stuff, and Naruto to get more jutsus in general. Like, all that sort of shit. Everybody wanted that. But, hey, it is what it is. We got 2 blue vortex. This shit's ass. I got a lot of shit that I think like this whole video is me saying, why don't they just give Boruto the fucking fox? So hey, I'm in that same boat too, man. I'm in the same boat at the end of the day. I want to end this. I did not want to make a 22-minute long Boruto video, bro. That shit always happens. I'm out. Kennshiki should be manifested inside of Boruto as well. He should be seeing him. Because if Momoshiki went back to his pure state and his form is separated or went back to his original state, Boruto should at least be able to see him. Or it should be similar to the Avatar state. At this point, hold on, wait. At this point, it should be similar to the Avatar state in which Boruto sees all of the previous vessels, because Momoshiki ate Kennshiki and Kennshiki ate his guardian and his guardian ate his guardian and his guardian ate his guardian. And so it goes on. Same with Ishiki. Oh, I mean, presumably with Ishiki, because now they're doing some weird funky shit. So he probably didn't even succeed his previous master or like the same way. Kaguya, she didn't have a reason to, because she's the princess of the fucking clan, right? But that was different. Outside of all of that, like, yeah, Boruto should be seeing a lineup of Otsutsuki inside of his vestige. He should be seeing Momoshiki, and then he should be able to see the Kennshiki, and he should be able to see whoever Kennshiki absorbed, and maybe they're tormenting him in different ways. Maybe he's learning. Maybe that would reflect, because now I'm getting into other shit now, because this is where they're contradicting themselves. That should definitely be a fucking thing. I started this video off saying I don't know if it should be a thing. This is a question. Now I'm 100% sure Kennshiki should be inside of Boruto as an image or something, at least. Especially the way Momoshiki's being presented, because they also mentioned with the karma mark that you get the previous knowledge of all of the Otsutsukis who precede you, and you get their fighting abilities and their knowledge and all of that sort of shit, right? So technically, shouldn't Boruto have access to all of the Otsutsuki before him, like the Avatar state, like the Avatar, like Aang, the last Airbender? He can see Avatar Roku, like he can see Avatar Kyoshi, like he can see everybody. I can't go past Kyoshi and Roku right now. Get Yang Chi, he can see Avatar Yang Chi. He can see all them boys. Like he can see everybody. He can see Wong if he wanted to. He could have saw Wong the whole time if he wanted to. I don't know if he ever went that far back. Never went. He didn't go that far back. He thought he asked everybody because there's so many avatars. He kept asking so many. He gave up. Like, damn, I asked everybody. They don't got the answer. Yo, how come Boruto isn't looking through every single Otsutsuki in his past? How come there's no interaction with that? How come this mentioning or this battle experience that they're supposed to have? Boruto, technically, the way they wrote this, Boruto and his company, everybody else is already boosting past the power scale in an unrealistic way. If you really think about it, how strong Ishiki was, and Kawaki only got Ishiki's karma mark, okay, and you know how strong Delta, and you know, like, it doesn't make sense. Just think of Barry Mold's power level. Think of how strong Damien was perceived as, and think of where Boruto and Kawaki are acting now. Like, you don't think this Shinju is stronger than Baryon mode? And Boruto and Kawaki are keeping up with this Shinju. So it doesn't make sense, right? Like, you don't think this Shinju stronger than Ishiki was? So, like, the way they're putting the picture, like, that's exactly how it is. He's stronger than both of them are, because Code can't even defeat or touch them boys. He can't touch either one of them, and Code was stronger than Boruto. He was stronger than Naruto and Sasuke. Rinnegan and not at that point. He was stronger than both of them, especially because he lost Rinnegan and Kurama. Like, he got stronger than both of them. It makes no sense. So you telling me they just gonna, like, contradict the fact that Boruto's supposed to be way stronger than every human on Earth because he has Otsutsuki battle data downloaded into his brain, and he's supposed to be seeing every lineup of Otsutsuki. But I'll stop ranting right here. This is a rant at this point. I'm ranting. It's okay. That's a good video though. I want y'all to comment, yo, if anybody watching this shit still thought about anything I said before, or if you're only thinking about it now, put a comment down below, bro. Put a comment down below. Should Kennshiki be inside of Boruto? No Diddy. Should Boruto be seeing multiple other Otsutsuki? Do you think Boruto will have Kurama inside of him? Bonus question. Why the fuck does Hidari, the Shinju, not have any of Sasuke's Kekkei Genkai? That's a question I asked in a previous video, because the Matsuri clone was using wood style. That's Kekkei Genkai. I rest my fucking case. You can argue they were using tree abilities because she's a tree, but she also had her earth style. Okay, so if they're using both of their bloodline, like the things that create a bloodline technique, which is your unique chakra natures. Everybody's chakra nature is unique to them, and even genetic. So if the clone is using earth and presumably can use water, thus creating tree style, right? Wood style, that she's using Kekkei Genkai. They all have Rinnegan. How come Hidari doesn't have Tomoe in his eyes? How come he's not using Sasuke's Sharingan abilities? I rest my case. But I'm done here. This video's over. It's a